when it comes to you, Ken Agyapong, as a person, myself, and the people of Ghana, Kennedy, let me say this in Chi. Kennedy, you know, unim, wankasa unim, say, bon cocaine.
So Kennedy Agyapong Ç0ca and Anas Aremiya Anas. It's been a whole, in fact, it's been over 2 weeks, 2 months, or even more months since Amipo Meka Omowansem. I say, na say mean time come Omowansem mubim. Now Kennedy Agyapong Ç0ca, he was announcing he's not really active. The last time that we heard from him was when he went to his own Net2 TV or called Blasty Bedukobia. A lot of us were happy, others too were not happy. But all the same, no, Kennedy has not been in the media this particular time and about. But then we got an information. Say Kevin Taylor, I reply Kennedy Ç0ca. Some more Kenny and tintin in theater main kata so mean boom, but also Kennedy Ç0ca a cocaine dealer. Kennedy Ç0ca is a cocaine dealer. This is what Kevin Taylor is saying. Mind you, and I make on Americans a pen as them Kennedy Ç0ca. Kevin Taylor now all can't sense now. It's here for if you don't know actually the genesis of this particular story, let me take you back. Kennedy Agyapong Ç0ca actually went to Germany as part of on the MPP. They have some kind of a conference where they have people in the they are trying to get Ghanaians in the diaspora together so that they can form a coalition come 2020 election. So they met in Germany with MPP executives near there. And Kennedy Ç0ca was given the platform as usual to talk because on there or Ben Youth, they seem to be a youthful person even though or was 60 and now Okikako 60. So they gave him a platform and all that he started talking was he pointed out a particular person, a friend Kevin Taylor. In Sema okay, you know, Kevin Taylor no. Sebi you name me a shawoni na omuto petition there. Na sebi name me a shawoni no omuto petition. Ko bibe I use a juma because once I be juma on sabe ko wano ne there and the phobia once I unko bo krono unko yo bia there ejumi bia juma. Na in some no I've had calls of people who support Kennedy Ç0ca. They were not happy with what he said. Kevin Taylor wabekasa in a video we'll be playing to you shortly. And in some Kenyans say Kennedy Ç0ca is a first-class cocaine dealer. In fact, he has been attacking journalists and people in this country for long. And Kennedy Ç0ca, you should be careful. He has done it to many people. He has done it to Anas. He has done it to Ahmed Swale. He has done it to many people in this country, ministers and other things. And now he's bringing it to him, Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor is saying, Kennedy Ç0ca, cocaine, a bomb. Usu scan depend pa now Kennedy Ç0ca. I don't talk much. These are the words of Kevin Taylor we playing to you. But please, let's put this disclaimer here. We are not saying Kennedy Ç0ca is a cocaine dealer. These are just the views of Kevin Taylor. We just came to give the news. Check out the video.
1 minute, 48 seconds. Yes, producer says I should just take 1 minute, 48 seconds to clear the air on some issues happening on social media. Basically, specifically about Kennedy Ç0ca. You know, I would like to spend less than 2 minutes because I don't think Kennedy Ç0ca deserves 2 minutes of my time. No, he's not relevant. He's acting like a dog on rabies. So I wouldn't spend more than 2 minutes on Kennedy Ç0ca. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to respond to Kennedy's rants in less than 2 minutes because we have work to do. We are very much focused and we have work to do to save Mother Ghana. Now, I would like to say that, Kennedy, you know what? I will officially say the crew of Loud Silence Media, and with all due respect, we really thank you for actually confirming our story on the housing scandal. You actually went to Germany to confirm that the story, the work we're doing is legit and that every information that we put out there was right. You actually made that confirmation, and we would like to thank you very much for that bold decision you took to defend with all due respect. Now, what I would like to say to you, Mr. Kennedy, is simple. You know, Mr. Kennedy, I am not in the business of insulting people's parents. No, I only insult people who don't want to act like humans. And I don't know your parents. I don't know your dad. I don't know your mom. So I'll not sit on my show and call them names, demeaning names and all that. No, I will not do that. But when it comes to you, Kennedy Agyapong, as a person, myself, and the people of Ghana, Kennedy, let me say this in Chi. Kennedy, you know, unim, wankasa unim, say, bon cocaine. Maybe you didn't hear me. Kennedy Agyapong, from your top, from your broken jaw, all the way to that your disfigured feet, bon cocaine. You see, when you speak and people are smiling and laughing, when you pass by people, the stench, the cocaine stench on you is what rings in their head. They don't see you as an intelligent man or an honest man. Or who born cocaine. And the fact is, no amount of bleach, you can use Poclair bleach, you can use Ejaye, you can use clean soap, you can use everything. Cocaine scent, it will never leave you. Or who born cocaine, you are infested with drugs. So sometimes I don't get worried when I see you misbehaving like a dog on rabies. Yes, what you exhibited in Germany shows that you are not in to fight against corruption. You rose up against Anas. You rose up against Azuri. You rose up against Ahmed Swale, which you succeeded. And you want to rise up against me. I have told you what I'm wearing here, where I'm seated, it's not for me. It's for the people. I work for the people. Kennedy, on who born cocaine. So nobody, no right-thinking individual will give you that room. And I would like to say something to you. Every day I pray for you because I know that the ghost of Ahmed Swale, may his soul rest in peace. The ghost of J.B. Dankwa, may he also rest in peace. These two people, I know their ghosts are hunting you. And you will not be surprised one of these days you get up and you've hanged yourself. Kennedy, on who born cocaine, clean yourself until you clean that. And I know it's never going to go away because you've been infested with greed. And the youth of Ghana, I would like to say this to you. Never respect any human, in this sense, any pig, like Ken Agyapong. Never respect or envy any man who cannot look into your eyes and tell you the genesis of his wealth. The youth of Ghana, this is a message to you. Never, never respect or take the words of any man, in this sense, Ken Agyapong, any pig, who cannot look in your eyes and tell you the genesis of his wealth. Producer, I think this is 2 minutes. Kennedy, a word to a wise is enough. On who born cocaine. We are focused. Now we've got work to do for Mother Ghana. Without due respect, today we'll be talking about a lot of things. Yes, I'll be talking about Kroll Associates. It's a company which is a UK company. They came to Ghana. They did a few jobs. The Auditor General has been asking questions. And the questions have been bringing some answers. And today I'll be giving you answers and I'll be telling you the people who were involved in this scandal. I'll be talking about three personalities. Technically, they are all MPP members like myself. Ken Agyapong, Yao Osafo, and Paul Adom-Otchere. Today, I'll prove to Ghanaians with evidence that the senior minister, Yao Osafo, is a prime suspect in the 1 million Kroll scandal. In fact, Osafo and the finance minister both connived to rob Ghana and collaborated with Kroll Associates, which is a scam company to defraud us $1 million. But before I start today's expose, I would like to start by clearing the air again. Yes, I would like to clear the air again. I think a week or two ago, some videos was making rounds on social media, and it was Paul Adom-Otchere on his Good Evening Ghana show. Yes, which he has actually turned that show into a comedy show. He was actually busy chastising and blaming journalists for not doing their job in covering corruption issues in Ghana. In fact, a lot of people were impressed with his hypocritical show of commitment against corruption. But my question is simple. Paul Adom-Otchere, what are you? A Jubilee House worker or just an overhyped comedy host? Paul Adom-Otchere, you were in this country when investigative journalists were shot in broad daylight, and some were even threatened. And what did you do? You sat down quietly. You wore your Vietnam suit and interviewed pastors and spiritual men. You stayed on the NCA board as a member to make sure radio stations were closed down just to suppress freedom of speech and press freedom. Paul, don't be a hypocrite. Today, you spend time with men of God who believe that destroying buildings, yes, building of church judges, to build a useless, senseless cathedral is the most important thing Ghana needs now. Paul, I would like you to take off your Vietnam suit today. Sit back and take these lessons. This is what I call journalism 101. Now, I'm going to walk Ghanaians through the process, what the Auditor General does before he comes to a conclusion. Yes, before he comes to that point where he starts to ask questions. We have to understand that the Auditor General has audited the Finance Ministry, specifically on this Kroll Associates contract. And the Auditor General ended up in his report, which I'm going to show you, asking that the Ministry of Finance should show the Auditor General proof of work done by Kroll and Associates. The funny thing is, the Senior Minister Office answers the Auditor General. Yes, the Auditor General asks the Finance Ministry a question. He gets answer from the Senior Minister's Office. But the question is, why is the Senior Minister answering the Auditor General? Because for what we know, Kroll and Associates, or Kroll Associates, the work they did was for the Ministry of Finance. Now, let me pass you through, or let me take you through the process the Auditor General goes through before he comes to a conclusion and also starts to ask reasonable questions and also demanding reasonable answers. So this is what the Auditor General does first. First of all, the Auditor General's office writes to inform the audited institution. In this case, we're talking about the Ministry of Finance. It is called the engagement letter. Then a meeting is held with the management of the audited institution, in this case, the Ministry of Finance, and this meeting is called the entrance conference. The auditor writes, then they come in, which is the entrance conference. This is when the Auditor General's office explains the objectives, the scope, the duration, and etc. of the audit they will be undertaking. After that, then comes the execution, that is reviewing documents, yes, interviews, analysis of data, and etc. So during the execution, when infractions are brought to attention of the scheduled officers, the team leader then issues a written request. The team leader issues a written request for information which is not forthcoming to the audited institution, which in this case is the Ministry of Finance. Now let's go on. Focus. The team leader issues audit observations on the field or at the audit location in accordance to Regulation 34 of Audit Service Regulation 2011, that is the CI 70. The response must be received before the team leaves the audit location. So they expect to get the response at the Ministry of Finance before the team leaves. When the execution comes to an end, the team issues a draft management letter which contains audit observations for which the responses are not satisfactory or outstanding. Now, the draft management letter is discussed in management of the audited institutions at the exit conference. So before they leave, they discuss this. The letter, they discuss it before they leave. Now, 2 weeks after the exit conference, the management letter containing audit observations and the responses from the management is issued to management. The Auditor General goes to his office 2 weeks after he issues that letter to management officially. According to Section 29 of the Audit Service Act 2000, Act 584, they have 30 days from the day they receive the management letter to provide to the Auditor General the responses to the observation in the management letter. So, upon receipt of the responses, or after 30 days, whichever comes first, the Auditor General's report is issued to Parliament. My fellow Ghanaians, focus. I'm doing this because I want each and every Ghanaian to understand that this is the process the Auditor General went through. That is why he's asking these questions today. Immediately, now let's go on. Immediately the report is submitted to the Speaker of Parliament. The report is published for public consumption in accordance with Section 23 of the Audit Service Act 2000, Act 584. Now, when you visit the Auditor General's website, which you can see here, when you visit the website, you can see ministries, departmental, and agencies. You will see that clearly. It is in there. When you visit the website, you see it. Now, on page 27 to page 29 of the Auditor General's report on ministries and departments, and in this specific case, on the Ministry of Finance, you will see this. Producer, can you put this there? On page 27, after they did everything, they issued the management report. They need to write back to them because the Auditor General has come in there. They have done all the checks. They've done all the auditing. They've issued a letter on things that they did not see clearly to the Ministry of Finance, because we know that Kroll was working for the Ministry of Finance. Now, this is what happens. When you go to the Auditor General's report, on page 27, this is what you see. You see that page 27.48, you will see payment for work not done. This is not me. I didn't write this. This is public document. You can go on their website, the Auditor General website, and you will see this. You can access this. Now, payment for work not done, 4.8 million cedis. Equivalent is